Hey guys, today I'm taking you on the road to Denmark. Let's see what Denmark has to offer whiskey geeks like us. And for all of you who's not from Germany or Europe, you can see these beautiful northern red brick houses with Reetdach, with straw attached roofs. I really enjoy this kind of architecture in the north of Germany. I'm right at the border between Denmark and Germany right now, and I'm heading north and visit some whiskey distilleries. So yeah, come with me on the road and check out what Denmark has to offer whiskey geeks like us. Alright guys, my first stop is Thy Whisky on the northern western shore of Denmark. Let's go.
So here at Thy, we are an organic single estate distillery. So we grow our grains on 500 hectares. We have 200 milking cows getting the rest of the production. We're trying to have a looping rich economy on the ground, on the estate. So due to the crop change, we have 3 years after we harvest barley for the single malts. Clover and grass on the fields, so this is the silage what the cows are mainly eating.
So you don't have barley all the time, so you switch from barley to different things to regenerate the ground, the earth?
Yeah, we get the nutrition, so back through clover and grass into the ground. And then after these 3 years, it's mainly oat or sometimes as well rye or wheat, emmer, spelt, depending on the part of the fields, what we are doing. But so every 6 or 7 years, we only harvest barley on one of these 60 parcels we have on these 500 acres.
And you also do rye whiskey?
Yes, yeah. It's a crucial part.
Yeah.
They don't have to take so much care about it. So it's rooting super deep. It's more than a meter. It's much more than any other grain we have. So it gets enough nutrition even after some time and water through the grounds. So that's why we have a lot of rye. And that's why we have one rye whiskey as well in the lineup in the portfolio.
Cool.
This is one reason, because it's very important for the crop change and the mycorrhiza system and the health of the soil. But the other thing is that we eat a lot of rye bread in Denmark. So it's unique part of our culture to eat a lot of rye. So this is the second reason why we have a one rye whiskey.
So you just told me about, when we walked around, you just told me about the barley varieties and the type of malt you do here. I think this is super interesting for the whiskey nerds. Just explain it to me again in English, please.
Yes, so as we started 2010 doing the distillery, the best friend of Nikolai was Cedar, so they got 30 barley varieties from Denmark, from Spitsbergen, Svalbard, in Norway from the gene bank, to try two things. One, to recultivate it, just to find out if after 100 years the microclimate still works for them. And second, if we can do something with the modern production methods with the grains. So then from these 30, 2 remains, Langeland and Imperial, and they have very unique characteristics and very intense flavors, very intense grain flavors, and the beautiful citric note to it.
Yeah. So you actually revived barley types to make whiskey out of them.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
so now we have 10 hectares each again. It's also quite popular for our breweries, craft breweries we are working with. So it's beautiful. Cool. And it's also defining our style. So the style is very focusing on grain flavors. So it should be remarkable that we have a special terroir here. And a special flavor and sense of place. So this is the reason why smokiness or too much influence of casks is not that important. We want to have a balance to present the grain flavors and the grains from this place.
Awesome. Cool. So what are we seeing here?
So here we are cleaning our grains after harvest. So we have to do it, especially for the bakeries, just using our corn. And for the other reason is, so we have to clean it from stones, maybe flowers,
like
blossoms, and all this stuff. On the other hand, we need a whole healthy grain, so everything is sorted out, what's broken, just to be able to have a healthy full grain for germination for the malting.
Yeah. So you want to get rid of all like stones and other pieces.
Yes.
And bakeries actually buy your grains from your farm. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
So you're making not only whiskey but producing grains for the region.
Yeah. The malt house is a business unit for itself. Yeah. So we use just a quarter of the yearly production for our whiskies, and for our whiskies we only use our own grain.
Yeah.
But the rest goes to bakeries, malt and grain, craft breweries, and also other whiskey distilleries.
Okay.
So that's the main part.
So you're actually like a whiskey company and a malting company.
Yes, indeed. We can do small amounts, and we are the only organic malt house in Denmark currently.
Wow. Okay. That's great.
That's why that
is something special.
Increased our efforts to do a lot of malt. So it's also possible to store grains here. So we have silos for that, and then we malt on demand, for example.
Cool.
Yeah, for special needs.
And what kind of grains do you? I heard like you produce I heard barley, I heard rye, I heard spelt, which I'm not really sure how to pronounce that to translate that in German.
Dinkel.
Dinkel. Okay.
Yeah. And then sometimes an old grain, emmer as well.
Yeah.
And oat, hafer.
Ah, oat. Interesting. And you just mentioned in the previous take that you actually make wheat whiskey as well, which is quite unique for Europe. I don't really know many people that make wheat whiskey in Europe.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yes. So it was now from the World of Whiskey Awards the best one for this year. So we released it last year. Just 78 bottles, so it was quite a limited edition. Yeah. But these kind of experiments we love and will proceed. So there's something still in the warehouse to present.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So this is the draft. Super warm, freshly from the brewery. That goes to the cows directly. It's a sweet treat every day.
Yeah.
I love it. Super nice.
Cool.
And it smells beautiful.
So now we're in the malting area, and I am now you're showing me and the viewers something that I personally have never seen before. I have visited over 100 distilleries, but this is equipment that I have not seen before in a distillery. So this is really, really cool for me. I'm really geeking out right now.
Yeah.
So tell us what we're seeing.
Yeah, these are our malting drums, bespokely made just to fit in this barn. Each of them contains 5 tons of malt, and they turn around 2 or 3 times a day. So we simulate spring to increase the sugar content. So it's just wet. This is kind of a big bath tube here. Then it goes to the malting drums. There's a layer of steel, and then we turn it around to avoid any clumsiness of the grains. And then we have the the temperature evenly spread over the grains for the malting process.
Okay. And we're in the heart of the distillery, the distilling part.
Yes. So the brewery, we crush the corn, the grains, then it's mixed with 62-degree warm water. Takes 3 to 4 hours just to get all the sugars and the phenols in the water. Separate the draft, you saw outside, and cool the warmth down to 90 degrees. Pump it in such a fermentation tank to mix it with the yeast to ferment. So it takes 14 days the fermentation.
14 days.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So it's normally done after 4 days.
Uh-huh.
But if you ferment it a bit longer, you have residual sugar, the yeasts are not dead already. So they convert the residual sugars. And if the autolyse starts, so the yeast is dying, you get a kind of a sweetness and fruitiness as well in the wort. So it's up to 14 days, but not longer. Just with bacteriums, you could go into a malolactic fermentation after a while. So yogurt flavors in the fermentation.
Yeah.
We don't want that too much. So 15 days, 14 days is the limit. Yeah.
So you don't have a classic pot still setup, like two different pot stills. What makes your distilling equipment different from like a classic single malt in Scotland, for example?
Yeah. So we do a single distillation. We have a Müller Tiergarten distill. It's a pot still, a purifier in the middle, and the cooler on the right side. The purifier is quite special. It's like a little column still. There's a water tank on top, and then the copper spiral in the middle part. The vapors are coming in the bottom, going up the spiral, and if the esters and oils are too heavy, there's a reflux down to the pot still again, and it will be recooked again. So at the end, we only get a very fine, oily, fruity distilled if it's really fine enough to get in the cooler. To represent the beautiful grain flavors we have in our grains and the fruitiness as well.
Yeah.
So this helps us very much, and we don't need another still. It's just a single distillation. For 1,000 liters, it's 6 hours. So we do 2 a day, start 6 o'clock in the morning, finish it in 7 p.m. and then we have roughly 1 cask of whiskey a day.
1 cask of whiskey a day?
Yes,
okay.
250 liter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have core expressions and some limited editions. So these core expressions, it's one spelled rye, because we have so much rye on the fields, and it's a very important part of our crop change, and we eat a lot of rye. So this is why we have one rye whiskey with 10% spelled, 6% rye, 30% barley. Super light, walking through the dunes, through the heather blossoms. It's beautiful, floral.
And all your whiskies are organic, right?
Yes. And we only use our own grains from our organic fields.
So it's a single farm, single estate.
Yeah, it's organic single estate.
So the full blown nerd whiskey picture, basically.
Yes. Yeah. And you can always come visit to have a deeper look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the 2 whiskey, so it's the essence of 2. It's just 10% of smoky malts from beechwood, but it's mainly focusing on the grain flavors of the barley. So the sense of the place. It's matured in bourbon and sherry cask. It's super nice. And this is a bøg. Bøg is beechwood in Danish. It's only beechwood smoked malt in Oloroso casks. So these are our core expressions. And then we do limited editions. So for now we have one from last year and 2 current ones. Caramel malt, yeah, it's just awesome. Coming out tomorrow. Super nice. This is a distillery edition, only available here in the shop or on fairs. It's just 190 bottles. And the Howbone is a numbered limited edition from last year. So these are the last bottles. Howbone is an homage to the coast dwellers. In Danish it's called coast dweller, kind of. So it's very salty, citric in notes. It's only matured in bourbon cask.
Awesome.
It's like the secret number 4 of the core expresses.
So where can people buy your whiskey outside of Denmark?
Oh, we have several well-known shops in Germany, retailers.
So in Germany,
find
it's easy to find the whiskey?
Yes.
And outside of Denmark and Germany?
You can order in our online shop wherever you are.
Okay.
Worldwide.
Cool. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody who's interested in super nerdy, organic, farm-grown whiskey from Denmark that is made from revived types of barley and other grains, check out Thy Whisky.
Yes.
So if you're interested now in Thy Whisky, you can find it online on the website. If you're in Germany, Denmark, or Sweden, I think you can buy it in retailers. If you're outside of any of those countries, hit the website and try some Thy Whisky. Thank you so much for having me, and
Thanks, Leon.
see you on the road.